This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
And welcome on into Friday Night Football, Week 3 edition, a jam-packed episode this evening. A very important week for teams as they begin to hit their stride as we inch closer to district play or continue to stay red hot. A team that won a thriller last week, the Central Bobcats, taking on Abilene Cooper this evening over at Shotwell Stadium. For the first time since 2013, Bobcats and Cougars on the gridiron. Opening kickoff, the Bobcats get great field position. They return the kick down to the near sidelines. They're in Cooper territory down to the 27. That'll lead to a Bobcat field goal. Next Cooper possession, Chris Warner's pass bounces into Central's Austin Johnson's hands. He takes it 27 yards. That's a pick six. Bobcats lead it 10-0. The Cougars answer. DeAndre Oralston picks it up, takes off, goes untouched from 8 yards out. It's still 10-7 Central. Later in the half, the Bobcats make it a 1-point lead. Tyler Hill runs it to himself. Touchdown Bobcats. That'll make it 21-20. Central would block a punt and score with 1:40 left. This one tied at 35 apiece in overtime. A team looking to move to 3-0 this year, the Lakeview Chiefs hosting unbeaten Vernon. Lakeview back in San Angelo Stadium, ready to add to another victory to the record early on in the first. You see a bunch of this for the Chiefs as both defenses were locked down in the first quarter, ending with a score of 0-0. After a long run to start the second, the Lions all the way down to the 1-yard line. They punch it in. Javion Fanner to give the Lions an early 6-0 lead. The Chiefs couldn't seem to find any rhythm. Isaiah Salazar rolls out to his left, gets tackled behind the line. The Chiefs forced to punt, and then with just about 2 minutes left on the clock, the Lions hand it off to Fanner again. He gets it in, take it in for 16-0 lead before half. Vernon goes on to snap the 2-game win streak for the Chiefs, 23-12 the final. Tonight, an extra special and emotional night in Wall as the football stadium was renamed after the late Clayton Wysoon. Prior to kickoff this evening, the community of Wall and the Wysoon family a part of a special celebration as the stadium will now be called Clayton Wysoon Field. Wysoon, who was tragically killed in a car crash back in April, was a standout when he wore the green and white from 74 to 77. Following his days in Wall, he would play for Angelo State, where he was a two-time All-American linebacker and a member of the Rams' 1978 NAIA championship team. Following that, Wall looking to get back in the win column tonight, taking on Jim Ned, looking to snap a 2-game skid against the Indians. We picked things up in the first quarter. Wall with the pitch. The back met immediately. Davis Soban with the tackle for loss. Back the other way, the Hawks defense flexing their muscles. That'll get wrapped up for a little gain there. More from the Hawks defense. Indian defender takes the handoff. He's going nowhere. Carter Aldridge there for Wall with the stop. We'll still stay in the first. Wall's offense gets going. Garrett Guy takes the handoff. He's got some running room before being brought down. Over the score remains 0-0. The defense continues. Gunnar Dillard fakes the handoff, takes it himself. Ball gets popped out and recovered by Jim Ned. Let's go to the second now. 4th and goal. Wall goes for it, gets stuffed. A scoreless first half. However, Wall would add a field goal midway through the 4th, and they win it. A defensive slugfest, 3-0. 2021 was a historic year for the Grape Creek Eagles as the team claimed their first ever district title. 2022, though, off to a rough start as the team has yet to find the win column. The Eagles looking to get win number 1 this evening, hosting Bangs. We'll start things off in the first quarter. Kenny Cole keeps the ball, dodges some defenders, still on his feet. Defenders cannot stop this man. He's in for the touchdown. That'll put Bangs up 7-0 in the first. A few plays later for Bangs, pass is tipped into the hands of Nathaniel Stauffer, and no one in sight for him. That's another Bangs touchdown. Let's go to the second now. Handoff to Colton Rumsey. He's in for the Eagles touchdown, putting them on the board. That'll make it 27-6. Eagles go on to fall tonight to Bangs, 53-6, falling to 0-3, and that's where we find our own Sabrina Hoover live at Eagles Stadium with a recap. Hi, Sabrina.
Yeah, Ryan, the Grape Creek Eagles would enter the season 0-2, having fallen to Stanton and Christoval. Now the Eagles entered this game against the Bangs Dragons, only averaging 9 points and 194 yards per contest with 4 turnovers. Now the Eagles offense could not find a way, having trailing 33-6 heading into halftime. Now the Bangs offense kept their momentum going, scoring in back-to-back drives in the first quarter and keeping their foot on the gas throughout the night. Now the Eagles would find a touchdown with a Colton Rumsey running it in for one, putting them on the board 27-6. That would be the only touchdown the Eagles would find as they fell to the Bangs Dragons tonight 53-6. Reporting from Eagles Stadium, I'm Sabrina Hoover. Back to you, Ryan.
This live shot brought to you by Advanced Custom Windows.
All right, thanks for that, Sabrina. Coming up on Friday Night Football, Miles looking to move to 3-0 on the season. Plus, our game of the week, the 85th edition of El Dorado and Sonora. That and more after the break.